Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Risa RianDini. My student ID number A1M220062. This video, I want to explain about making request. Making request in English. How to make a request, use appropriate language. When making a request at work, make sure to do it in a kind and polite way, as you don't want to sound like you are giving orders. The language you use make a big difference in this case. These are some basic tips that will make your request sounds more polite. Use code instead of can use indirect questions instead of direct ones. I was wondering, would it be possible? Is it okay to an others example? Use please and thank you whenever possible. Be friendly and specific. Always explain to the other person why you need their help. That will make your request sound friendly rather than authoritative. It's also important to be specific about what you need and when you need it done. If it's urgent, make sure to give them enough time to do what you ask. You can use below rise and expressions when asking someone to do something for you. Making requests. You can add to will or would or can or could you please. Examples others. Number 1, do you mind? Do you think you could? Do you think it would be possible to? Would it be possible for you to? Would there be any possibility of? Would you be kind enough to? Would you mind? Can or could you for me please? Could you possible? I'd appreciate it if you could. Can or could I ask you to? You could, didn't, could you? For example, can you give me the book? Could you please take off your raincoat? Could you please take me to the dentist? Would you mind opening the window for me, please? Would you be kind enough to repair my computer? Do you think you could take me to the supermarket? Could I ask you to take me home? Can you tell me what happened? Would you come to my birthday party? Would it be possible for you to come here at 8 a.m. for accepting requests? You can use sure, I'd be glad to. I'd be happy to. Sure, just a moment. No problem. Of course, certainly, all right. And refusing request. You can use I'm sorry I cannot. I'm sorry but I'd love to. But sorry to say that. It sounds great, but example for dialogue practice. Making request. James approaches Lauren to ask her for a favor. Hello, Lauren. I have heard you are keeping the minutes of our meetings. I'm a mistaken? No, you're right. They are all stored on my computer. Great. I was wondering if you could send them to me via email. I got an order to examine the minutes of the last 3 months thoroughly and make some conclusions about our progress. Yes, of course. I'm glad to hear our boss is finally doing an evaluation. Yes, it was about time. Thank you, Lauren. And there's no rush. You don't have to do it immediately, but I would appreciate it if you could send them by the end of the day so I can start working on it tomorrow morning. Sure thing. I will send them right away so I don't forget about it. Thanks a lot. Actually, now that I think of it, would it be too much to ask for a printed copy as well? Of course not. It will only take a couple of minutes. There are many ways to form an appropriate request in English depending on the context. First, look at the following examples of requests. Can you guess which ones are very indirect and which ones are more direct? 1. Let me see your notes. 2. Do you think I could see your notes? 3. I seem to have lost my notes. 4. I want your notes. 5. Can I borrow your notes? 6. Please show me your notes. Next, would it be alright if I borrow your notes for a bit? As you have probably guessed, and I, D, and F are more direct and therefore less polite than the other requests. B, E, and G are more polite, and C is clearly the less direct. By describing something negative, the speaker is inviting the listener to offer to lend her notes. As a general rule, formal requests, such as to professors and employers, should be polite and not overly direct. In the sections that follow, you learn specific strategies for forming a variety of requests. That's all from me about making requests. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.